Chelsea 1, Bayern Munich 4. It's the player ratings. Very depressing times to be a Chelsea fan right now. We already did our previous match reactions and the boys weren't happy about the performances. Anyway, is there anything else you want to say, or you guys just want to get straight into it?
I'd actually like to say something for the last time that I said on the previous video. Ngicela Frank ashintshe i-backline yonke. I need him to do that, dog. Just like I said in the previous video.
You should sell the whole backline.
Yonke, bro. Because I told PJ's tweet, bro. Like, just like I said, I think like in the previous video, we need a major revamp, bro.
Yeah.
Major. Chelsea have had seasons, especially 04 and 05, where about 7 or 8 in one transfer window.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need that same energy, dog, for this season because the whole squad's atrocious, bro.
Lapo, I just came from Twitter and I saw a post which had a back. You know that that meme by who's that NBA dude? He's leaning by the window, he's facing downwards, and then the picture.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yes, Stephen A. Smith. The picture was our former backline, Ashley Cole, Carvalho, and John Terry, Branislav Ivanovic. With check in goal. So, hey, dog, I just looked at that and I just shake my head. I was like, fuck, bro, hey, what a downgrade.
Niggas understand, since the Premier League era started, in the top 3 of teams that have won the Premier League, in the top 3 of the least goals conceded, Chelsea's there twice. The 04-05 season and the 05-06 season. Chelsea, dog, it's part of the club's DNA. Or what's in just net defense, and the goalkeepers are insane. From Carlo Cudicini to Cech to
Courtois, dude, even Courtois, dog.
But yeah, he was really good. He just fucked up in the last season. It defense here to dog till this day conceded 15 goals in 2004, a record that will never be touched. 15 goals in 38 games. We're known for defense, dog. So to watch this going on, bro, is really heartbreaking because
It's sad. It's very sad.
And now we back in the day we could hold off Bayern Munich from conceding 7 against conceded 7 against Bayern Munich.
Bro.
We conceded 3 at home.
We should beat teams, dog. We should beat teams like it's nothing. I remember recently I watched a UEFA Champions League game with Barca. The one where Ronaldinho scored that crazy goal. He scored that goal, but yeah, we won that game convincingly.
Yeah. Wait,
we won the tie.
No, Frank Lampard scored a crazy goal.
Yeah,
in the same
Frank
game.
did score. There's this goal that he scored, which is like a chip from the line, but then I don't know how it went in. I don't know how it went in. Yeah, hey, dog, those were the days.
Hey, now we're out here. Now we're out here reacting to 4-1 losses.
Dog.
Hey. All right, we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna start off with you, PJ Caballero.
I can't really blame him as much because our defense was just shit. Our defense exposed him, if I may say. So I can't really.
Second first keeper.
Sorry.
The defense made him look like a real second first keeper.
Yeah, he also did some stuff which were his clearances were weak at some point, but I can't really fault him as much, dog. I'd give him a 3, and that's me being generous because the whole team is shit.
That is very generous. Mawande.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 2.5 because there's nothing right that, oh no, I'm lying. I'll give him a 3. He did make some saves that were gonna increase the scoreline even more, dog. Like I said, they had 18 shots, bro.
For real?
Yeah, Bayern had 18 shots. Bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but only 7 were on target, bro.
Oh.
So I'm gonna give him the 3 just towards I call my saves are shy to not look as pathetic as we were.
To not us get a 10-2 or 10-1.
Yeah, dog. Or like a 7-something, yeah, bro, just off one game. But the first goal, it was his fuck up, so he deserves a low rating for that. He put pressure on the whole team already. Katisaka match, ball, and they scored 4 goals against him. So a 3 is okay, dog. It's a fair enough rating.
Okay, we're gonna move to. Let's start off with Rhys James. Let me start off with PJ, the man.
Rhys wasn't bad at all, to be honest.
He wasn't really great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bayern, though. It's Bayern at the end of the day. I think with us, we were lucky for Bayern not to attack as much on his side. They focused mostly on the left-hand side. Yeah, they focused more on Emerson.
They probably studied that Emerson's defense isn't that good.
Yeah, because Davis was kept quiet, even though he had there's 2 crosses he put in which were very dangerous, but he was kept quiet. So on that side, nothing much came from it. I'd give him a 5. I'd give him a 5.
And what would you say? Do you disagree?
I'll give him a 4, and I'll explain why. Like, firstly, I don't think any Chelsea player should. I think the only Chelsea player I'd give a 5, funny enough, is Odoi. I don't think any Chelsea player deserves a rating above 5 from yesterday's game. And 2, the fact that we conceded 4 goals means it defense as a collective was whack. So everyone from the defense deserves.
They could have scored more.
They could have scored more.
Yeah.
So Rhys James was like the better one from our defense, and that's why I'll give him a 4. Yeah, bro. But they were all pathetic.
Okay. Next one, we're gonna start off with you, Mawande. Christensen.
2. Christensen's weak. He's weak. He's pathetic. I just hate him, dog. I think I'm starting to hate him. Like, he's that bad. Jay and Rudiger, they should not be even paired together because it's like dumb and terrible,
dog. Yo, those 2.
If it was him and Rudiger, we would have probably conceded at least 7.
Way more.
10. This 10.
Christensen
Bro, it's like bro, it's like you're trying to outdo each other with who's more pathetic. So Christensen, bro, 2.
Yeah.
Nah,
I disagree with that.
I'd also give him a 2, to be honest. I'd give him a 2.
Also give him a 2.
Yeah, he that guy's weak. I don't know. Like, tall, especially as a defender, how are you that tall and you're that weak? It reminds me of Tammy as well. Tall but weak.
That's getting bullied.
Hey, dog. Hey.
Tall for nothing.
Hey, I don't even want to say much about it.
They're young players. They should have energy and strength. But they just get bullied.
It's been around for a while. He went on loan in Germany, so he played in Germany. He knows how it's like. And then he played in the Premier League to top it off. So for him to be the way that he is, I don't know, man.
Disappointing.
I don't know. I mean, it was his 100 game for Chelsea. Funny enough. But you're still getting... Dog.
All right. Kurt Zuma. It's not even getting better right now.
I'll give him a 2.5.
Nah, Zuma saved us quite a lot yesterday.
For me,
he made.
You think Zuma gets a significantly better score than Christensen? I thought they were both. But Zuma was poor.
That's a 2.5. And that's a 0.5 increase from Christensen because he was the slightly better defender. But we can't forget we conceded 4. It doesn't matter what he could have done on the pitch. Go consider guy because he's the centre back. So 4 goals went past him. He's not getting a rating that's higher than 3 for me personally. There's a 2.5. But PJ can also have a statement now.
PJ, what would you say?
I can't give Rhys James a 5 and give Zuma anything less than that when I feel like Zuma made match-saving, not necessarily match-saving, but goal-saving tackles. He saved us quite a lot in yesterday's match. I'd give him a 5, same as Rhys James, to be honest.
But you got to keep in mind, despite all of that, he also let in 4 goals. And it's kind of a high score to give to someone who could score.
But you know what? That's like, it's like I shoot 4 times, the goalkeeper spills a goal in. You're gonna judge him because the defense let 4 goals in. From his
because they're supposed to prevent the guy from shooting in the first place.
Yes, I get that, but he was better than Christensen and Emerson combined. Him and Rhys James were
still whack. Because I get to make 4 goals at Tina. Kutiwa, the goalkeeper and the defense did not have a clean sheet. The defense gets counted.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
And honestly, to be honest, I would say all those goals were defensive mistakes. Besides all of the penalty, because even the penalty, if you remember, he went through alone. The defense didn't pick him up.
That was Christensen.
Christensen should have been there to make that tackle.
Do you know that Bayern played 3 passes to send Lewandowski through? From their half, it was 3 passes. It went from defense to midfield and from midfield right to the through ball. 3 passes to open us up. 3.
Yeah.
So that from midfield to defense, everyone was shit. Kante was out of position for that one. Even Kovacic out of position. So everyone is to blame for that one.
Yeah. So your final rating is a 5.
I'd give him a 5. Zuma a 5 for sure.
All right. Okay, it's his rating. Now we're gonna go to Emerson.
0. I'll give him a 0.
Personally, I would have given him. But
what?
Hey, Chelsea's out here giving PJ COVID, bro.
I'm stressed out the white sword.
Dog, I was fine yesterday. Woke up like this.
It's that Chelsea loss, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, so you're sticking with 0, Mawande.
I mean, he had 1 shot on target band, funny, and participation mark. He deserves it, so I'll give him a 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
PJ, for what he's
I know you're gonna talk about his attacking, but defensively.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's a defender, right? So you have to judge him based on his primary role, which is to defend. Defensive aspect, he was weak, dog. I don't remember him saving anything from his side when it comes to us defending. But going forward, he was very, very good. I have to give him that. He was very good going forward. The shot that you're speaking about, Mawande, he drove past by himself. He went there and he took that shot and got a corner. So offensively, he was very good. Funny enough, one of our best players going forward in yesterday's game. But defensively, Bayern took advantage of his weaknesses, I guess. And so for that, I'd give him a 2.5, to be honest, based off what he contributed going forward, which amounted to nothing at the end of the day, but I'd give him a 2.5.
Right.
And offensively, he wasn't very good. He was just okay, better than everyone else. Because I guess Akoranga, he didn't assist for anyone, but it was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with Kante.
I don't remember seeing Kante yesterday.
I remember seeing.
He was the captain.
I don't remember him.
He took this 1 shot that kind of looked like it's going out the stadium, in the dying minutes of the match.
I
That's
remember that shot, but I don't remember. He was non-existent.
In a way, I've seen Kante do this. When he kind of tries to do everything, where he's kind of going forward, and then he's still trying to defend, then he's trying to make tackles, and he just ends up disappearing in the game. You don't even see him anymore because he's tiring. Stick in one position.
I'd give him a 3. I'll give him a 3. I'll give him a 3 because I think that's where we lost the game, in the midfield. Bayern destroyed us in the midfield, dog. They pressed us too high. They were too technical. They're just way too good for our midfield. They suffocated.
Yeah. I'd also give him a 3. And that's being generous. I don't remember seeing Kante in the game. I'm not even playing. Like, I do not remember seeing him in the game. I don't.
I just remember seeing the armband running around, but I never actually saw him like get the ball or like do anything. That's all. Okay. Let's go to Kovacic. Let's start off with PJ since it's his favorite player.
Dog, I was very disappointed in Kovacic last night, man. That goal that he gave away, the second one, pissed me off. It pissed me off because of all players, why you? Like, of all players, why you? Why you gotta fuck up? You know, so for that, I'd give him a 3, same as Kante.
I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought. Yo, PJ in the last video, he literally said, Kovacic dog, I'm not proud, and for that, I'm gonna give him a 6. So I was like, like even on his bad day,
today Kovacic
I was expecting
below a 5.
Yeah, dog.
That was a fair rating. That was a fair rating.
It was.
I'd give him a 3, dog.
Yeah. No,
I'd give him a 3 as well, dog. He's very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, hey, it was just a poor midfield performance. It was as if they couldn't even like put together like 3 or 4 passes.
Yeah, we couldn't. We had no control.
Dude,
that's what Chelsea saying, like in most matches where we got dominated, dog, we just keep losing the ball. We can't even string a few passes together before the opposition like ends up getting the ball.
All right, moving on to another person who just, for me, disappointed. Ross Barkley.
I don't remember him as well.
Poor performance.
I don't remember much of him.
I would have given him a 1 as well. Terrible.
I'd give him a 2. I don't know why, but I'd give him a 2. I don't remember much of Barkley, to be honest.
I just remember every time I saw him, he was losing the ball.
Barkley's decision making has to be the worst I've ever seen in life.
There was a time where he went through and he was clear to shoot. He opted not to shoot and he passed. That's the Kante miss. I think that's the Kante. His decision making is very much questionable for a player that's how old? He's 26 now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's like 28, to be honest.
Nah, he's young. He's 26.
Barkley's been around.
Barkley's young. Yeah, but he's young.
Hey, let me search it. Let me search it.
He's like 26, dog. I'm telling you, he's like 26.
I think he's high 30s.
Nah.
No, sorry. No, sorry. High 20s. High 20s. Oh, he's
how old is he?
I'm shocked.
That's what I'm saying. He's very young. Not young, but he's not that old. But he's been around, and we bought him for his, shooting abilities for a midfielder. That's what we were hoping to get when we signed Barkley. That's what he was doing at Everton. Pull through, edge of the box, shoot, goal. Chelsea won't get none of that.
Yeah.
Like, we don't think that we're signed for. Barkley just doesn't know what to do, especially when he gets close to the final third. Like, he just blacks out.
Yeah.
So, it was very an explosive performance. I have no hope in him for the future.
Yeah. I'm going PJ, what's your final rating for?
2 for Barkley, dog. 2.
Hey. Okay, we're gonna move on to another player for me who was just actually I'm gonna say this for every player. All of them are disappointing, but Mason Mount.
I'm seeing the game, boy.
Yeah,
I think he was just he's not there yet. He's not there to take on teams like Bayern.
He's
in that position. In the position he's being played at, he's not. He's
not ready to take on a team like Bayern.
Yeah.
In that position.
Guys, I don't know if I'm the only one that's seeing this, and I think I am, but I'm not impressed with Mount's decision making either, dog. I don't think he's very good there, dog.
I think Mount.
I think Mount is trying to. I think there's a certain mentality he's trying to develop. You know, Frank would pull up anywhere and he'd shoot. And I feel like he's trying to develop that killer mentality, or rather instinct, where because he knows he can shoot. We know Mason Mount can shoot. So sometimes he'd pull up and there's an option to pass and then he'd just shoot. His decision making, I get what you're saying. It's not as good, but he's not a bad player. But decision making, where it comes, I feel like that's the same with Willian. Willian can play, yes, but his decision making, or rather end product, is just non-existent at times, and that's what frustrates us.
Willian, he slows down play on a counter, on a fucking counter.
Yeah.
I never know why he does that, dog.
I think with Mount, I think his decision making doesn't match his ability.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's decisions where, for example, I'm gonna use Lampard. Decisions where Lampard could maybe pass, but he decides to shoot, or where he decides to shoot instead of pass. Because his ability is there, you know he can do it. Now, Mount wants to do that exact same thing, but his ability is not there yet. He still needs to give himself time to develop before making those type of decisions. And then it makes him look bad.
But with Mount, he's one player who's you look at him and you're like, he is gonna get better. So there's that aspect of it. He is gonna get better, definitely with time. He's gonna get better, for sure.
There's potential.
What's the final ratings for Mount?
I don't remember. I'd give him a 3. I don't remember much of him as well. A lot of players were just ghosted. They ghosted in that match.
In the game.
Yeah.
3.5, dog. Because I feel like there's some gave a 3 rating too, and that person wasn't as bad as Mount. I just can't remember who. All conversation, but is it a 3, right?
Yeah.
So Mount, I'll say 3.5, bro.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Tammy, the favorite, our favorite striker.
We have to rate him. Can we not go past it?
You don't even want to give him a rating. I mean, he scored a goal.
Tap in, rebound. Be specific.
You can't get a goal, dog.
Be specific, dog.
Bro, my grand could have scored that goal, dog. Come on. Yes,
come on, dog.
Everyone could have done.
Yeah. I think besides that goal, I also didn't really see. I think he made like 1 or 2 runs.
But yeah, there's a run that he made, which is good.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
That one run. But besides that,
he's an offside mission. That guy,
he was born offside. Literally, he was born offside. You know why? It's because
that guy. He's lazy, dog. He's an offside mission.
Bro, sometimes you'll see Chelsea, let's say the other team has the ball and then we press high and then we win the ball, right? After we were attacking and we win the ball back, and then we have to start the attack again and players are going forward. And then they look up to see Tammy and he's literally offside. He's just walking.
He's offside. This is why.
And he just walks back and he just leaves it. I'm like, bro.
This is why I prefer Giroud. Giroud is hardly offside. Why? Because he knows if you pass the ball to him, he'll play it off to another player instead of trying to turn. With Tammy, he'll try to get the ball, trap it, but then his first touch is trash as well. So him trapping it, it's like Lukaku in United. His first touch will take the ball there. That's what he does. He can't control the ball. He can't control his body. That's what I've come to. He cannot control his own body, that guy. He frustrates me so much. I don't know how many times he was offside yesterday. I do not know how many times.
Bro, it's every game.
Right. He's literally got the most...
Yeah, you're disconnecting a little bit, but yeah.
I don't know it from Tammy. PJ can rate him.
PJ.
Because he scored, I'd give him a 3 as well. I'd give him a 3.
That's it.
He scored. That's it. And he's our top goal scorer in the Champions League and league. I'm being generous.
Mawande, check your connection.
It's bad.
Oh, now it's better. It's better now. Your voice was kind of breaking.
I swear, if I saw Tammy like on a night out, dog, I'll jump him all over. I swear. That's too,
Tammy. Okay, we're gonna move on to obviously pretty much safe to say our best player on the day. For me,
your plush.
the man, Joe, Callum Hudson is doing. I can't even lie. For me, that was probably one of the performances where he actually showed his ability. Like this season. This season has been a bad season for him, but today he showed his ability. That there actually is something there.
There is something there. That's what I've been trying to say all season. Because with him, it's his injuries, dog. They prevented him from getting game time. That's number one. So, you know, when you're a player and you come back from an injury, if you watch interviews, whenever they talk, they always say they're always afraid that maybe if they play or if they go into a challenge, they're scared that they might hurt themselves, so they pull back sometimes. So their mentality is different from a player who's not been injured. So with him, he's always
wanting to goals at players. He
runs at players. We saw that yesterday. He likes to go at players. With him, he's still 19, and there's this pressure on him that you have to prove why we're paying you this much money. You have to prove to us why we believe in you this much, or why there's so much criticism on you. So he has a point to prove. There's a lot on his shoulders. So, hey, dog, I'm always happy whenever he does something. Yeah. Not because he's doing it, but because of the hate, or rather the criticism that he gets from all of you guys.
But he also puts that himself, but he was the same nigga that was demanding to be paid like crazy amount of money. Yeah, but so look, perfect to put on him. He thought, I'm that good. That's the type of money I deserve, and I'll show you why I deserve that type of money. The best team in the world, I'll show you why. You know, that's what I'm with. And day in and day out, every time I see him play, I don't see it. I don't see like a justification, dog, like as to why you want that much. Yeah, bro. And also, you keep in mind, Uzi, when players get injured, we like the football world doesn't say we're gonna judge you, like when you're fully confident again, about like when you're no longer scared of getting injured again. You get judged from those games that you're playing as soon as you're back from injury. Yeah, bro. So I'm not gonna say, okay, as in all those games don't count, but he was like injured and I want him to regain his confidence. You still get judged off those games. Now Gomez, now Ronaldo, they come back from injury, start scoring goals again. Or
you know what you're saying is
it was a bad injury though. It was a bad injury.
Yeah, but you know what it's like, what you're saying. It's like with Chelsea. We lost Hazard, transfer ban, this and that. That's you saying people are supposed to judge Chelsea based on what we know Chelsea to be. Not because they lost Hazard, not because they have an inexperienced manager. So Chelsea are supposed to challenge for the league. It's literally the same analogy that Chelsea is known for winning, so therefore we're going to judge. If you play, we expect you to win. We don't care that you lost your best player. We don't care that you're playing the youth. We don't care that your manager is inexperienced. Just fucking win. That's the same analogy that you're saying with play. It makes sense with players per se because, I mean, if you're playing, it means you're fit enough to play, so therefore you should perform. If you're playing because you want to play, really. So give out the goods. So that's more or less the same analogy if you compare with us,
but
that's especially.
Yeah. But that's also like the same thing that you've been saying the whole season. Because even cutting about Kante, I said the way Chelsea is crippled right now after losing their best player and getting like an inexperienced coach, I wouldn't mind not making top four. That's what I said when the season started. Then you said, how no? Chelsea's making top four. Regardless of what situation with Chelsea. And then also, if we're voting Bayern and all these top teams, no matter Man City, where I'd go on Twitter and I'd be like, hey, I'm Tambina. And when I was on Twitter, Cizo win. And then when I ask you, about like what makes you think would Cizo win? Like it's never because like our tactics are good or like we're confident. For you, it's always because we're Chelsea.
Yeah.
So now you believe in that guy when we
Yeah, I do.
Chelsea can be down bad, but Chelsea is a great club, so they're always expected to do great things. So now if it's Odoi in the potential, so maybe we're from injury, he sounds on judge from the first game that he's back because he's a very good player for a kid.
That's why I understand the criticism, but my thing comes in where I feel like it's too much. Like sometimes it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it. We're paying you like 150K or rather 120K. I don't know how much, but I mean, he's never been that player. He's never reached his potential, if I may say. He's always been a promising player. We know your potential. He's promising. But the way you guys judge him, it's as if he's playing at Hazard level or prime Ronaldinho level when he's never even played like that. He's never. So the expectation, the way it's structured, it's as if he's ever reached those levels. So therefore, he should be playing at those levels, and that does not.
But that's the levels that he thinks.
This is turning into the Doi special.
Because fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think next season for him, we'll better judge him.
That's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard because
we'll give him a pass.
He's not starting ahead of any of our of the players we have. He's not starting ahead of Pulisic. He's not starting ahead of Ziyech. He's not.
But he could start it right.
I'm not benching Ziyech for Odoi, dog. I'm not.
They could play Ziyech in the middle as well.
And but then there's Havertz
ahead of him.
There's Havertz, there's Kovacic, there's Kante in midfield. So I'm not, dog. I'm sorry. I'm just not. He has to perform in training, and whenever he gets his chance, he needs to show it. Just like Pulisic did. Pulisic fought for his position. He fought for it.
All right. So what are the final ratings?
For Odoi, I'd give him a 6.7, 6.5.
6.5. Okay. 5.
No.
Mawande. What are you giving?
No, ultimately for me, he didn't score anything. He didn't assist anything. And he were 4-0. 4-1. So I can't give him a 6 or a 7 when saying we got thrashed when he doesn't have any to back it up. Like I said, which I don't think any Chelsea player looks more than a 5, but he's like, he was the best Chelsea player is all. He gets that 5. Yeah.
All right. Got that. Okay. And then we're going to go lastly, Frank Lampard. I think it's fair enough to say Giroud, we're not going to rate him. He came on late. He didn't really do much. Yeah, so let's go to Lampard straight.
Frank deserves it too.
PJ, would you disagree with that?
No, I wouldn't, because Lampard's approach to the game was negative. Starting Tammy over Giroud is a negative approach. We spoke about this on the last video. You cannot start Tammy ahead of Giroud. That does not make any sense. So the approach itself was just negative from Lampard rather. Sorry. So I'm not even gonna dispute Mawande giving him a 2. In fact, I'd even agree and so I'd give him a 2 because another thing that I was pissed off with was we lost the game first half. There's no denying that. When it was halftime, we had already lost. At that point for me, I was like, hey, we've lost. Just play the kids. We travel with a lot of kids. Play the kids. Let them show what they can do so that next season they go out on loan. So for him to make one substitution in the 88th minute, that doesn't make any sense to me. So his game management was just overall bad. It was just bad.
That makes me afraid for next season because you've got Pep Guardiola who's got 2 signings already and has been given apparently 150M budget. You've got Ole who's in the buy, Sancho, Jose Moreno also making signings, Klopp who's probably on it because I've heard that Thiago might go
play for Klopp.
But like I heard, are already good coaches. Besides Ole, these are like already good coaches, and Ole he's getting a good squad. Like the attack power or the going Man United is improving drastically, ball. So Frank is going to be versing all these coaches, and I just like I him to be going like into the new season because sometimes his choices, his tactics, they're bad. He chops and changes and the formation. He can't even get the players used to one structure so we can have chemistry. But he hasn't made any defensive signings yet. He just does dumb shit, dog. So I just don't
know. All he can be is hopeful right now, and the season's on.
For next season, I can't say much until we sign players.
Yeah,
until then,
defenders.
Yeah, we need to sign as soon as possible because preseason, there's like a month until the season starts. So so preseason is gonna be like the first, the last 2 weeks.
They're probably gonna give the players like a 1 week break. So
but my point is he needs to prepare. He needs to know what he's going into the season with. So the pressure is on the board to finalize the signing as soon as possible so that we know what we're going with come the next season.
Yeah, I guess that ends our player ratings. Pretty sad. Depressing right now. Hey, we were so happy being in the FA Cup final. Now 2 losses in a row. But hey, all you can do is hope for the best, and we'll see. Our season's over right now, so yeah, look out for a season-ending wrap up. But yeah, we move. That's all we can do.
Yeah, we moved on to the next with Chelsea.
That's who we are now. Just now saying, hey, let's be hopeful. Hey, we move. Fuck that.
We move.
That's the only thing we can do as fans.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. All right. That wraps up the video.
All right.